This is the Superkarts USA Summer Nationals X30 Pro Senior underway down to turn number 1.
Indeed, and Norberg will run to the bottom. Let's see here. Turney comes out from the outside of the front row. Always a tough place to start here at Newcastle, running reverse national. Look right now, he is P3. They are 3 wide. Keeble's on the outside. Ortiz is in there. Big run down to the bottom, trying to run the outside. He goes off.
DeTulio is off the racetrack out to the infield of the hairpin. He sent it deep and hit the marbles and was, again, inside, 3 wide, just trying to get away. And Alessandro DeTulio off the racetrack early as he tries to rejoin. He's all the way at the back of the field, about 10 seconds back. Meanwhile, at the front, it is all shaken up. Look at the battle for second. Morgado versus Nash. Nash holding his own for P2 as Norberg gets the early lead.
Yeah, Blake Nash elbows up in the Nash Motorsports EOS, and again, right there with them, you can see is Morgado. A little further back, Joe Turney slotting into it's that P4 right now early on. We'll see as the drivers come through the 12, 13, 14 combination for the first time. Norberg's going to get a decent little advantage of about 3 or 4 tenths of a second. Nash,
Whoa.
Morgado, Turney, and Haynes.
What a slick move by Joe Turney. He got underneath Mateus Morgado going into what would be, I guess, turn 1, the first turn after the finish line. That was smooth as Morgado dropped a tire and Joe got underneath and quickly went by. And Dalton Haynes has gone through as well. Dalton Haynes, the privateer superstar, now getting to be under the Chad Dawkin Racing Kart Republic tent this weekend. A ton of help, but as I say that, he goes right back. Morgado brings Jorge Ortiz underneath him on the SLA Sodi. Haynes back on Ortiz, and the battling continues here to allow the leaders to get away, and it's a 3-car breakaway. Blake Nash, by the way, Blake Nash to the lead over Ryan Norberg, and Norberg right behind him, turning in third.
They're waiting for these tires to come into temp. It's the pro drivers that are able to leverage that. And Norberg's going to go to the inside, and Turney's going to come with them, move Nash back to P3.
Yeah, Blake was hoping they'd work with him, and they did not. Nash also, again, Norberg kind of got into him in an awkward way. As look at Turney around the outside, forcing Norberg to go deep on the dirty side of the racetrack, try and get a mistake out of him. Couldn't do it. Ryan's going to low line into the green corner now, and then it'll spread apart as we get to a single file section. Blake Nash still able to stay close and just kind of learn from 2 of the best in the business. Turney found a hole down low, and he's got it. Joe Turney to the lead in the infield hairpin. Nash is going to follow. Norberg back to third, trying to cross over Blake. Not close enough in the green corner, and Blake will cover that one off. Blake going back to Ryan and saying, dude, come on, man. It's the 3 of us. We don't need to be blocking. I'm down to follow whoever. And Ingrata on the inside and clear for 4th, and that's going to help solidify Blake's deal with Ryan. Ryan says, no, Blake, I'm not trying to do that. Blake hanging on the outside anyway, and now that disagreement is going to give Joe Turney the biggest lead we've seen today. If you need to dump him in 2 laps and go, you're not even at halfway. You could probably run back up, but for Ryan Norberg, it's an urgency for whatever reason. He wants to go, and Blake's going to have to be the bigger man and have to follow him at this point if they want any shot at catching Joe Turney, because I don't think Ryan Norberg is committing to follow Blake at all. Again, look at the list of accolades here of this field, and you list that top 4 alone. As Norberg to the inside and to the lead in the green corner. Ryan Norberg waited a good bit and decided finally it was go time. He gets through on Joe Turney, and the number 1 plate's to the lead. Behind him, Massimino and Cicero still trying to track down the top 4. They're hoping that we get another low-line fest.
And Norberg, see if he can't pull away. Turney, of course, ready to pull the trigger. He'll throw it back down the bottom. And he used him up on the exit as well. And that is going to take Nash up there. Here comes Morgado to the inside. This just changed complexion in a big way.
How about the ultimate opportunist? Mateus Morgado follows the run around Norberg and then gets down low before Nash can and takes over second, and he nearly gets into the leader as Turney went wide, and Morgado had to really throw a late block on Nash and Norberg. Norberg trying to cross over Nash, not going to get there into the cell tower, and Ryan's frustrated. Now Morgado blocking low. Surprising to see that, but obviously, again, don't forget, we might think Norberg's fast and Nash is fast. They still do not own the fastest lap. That's owned by the Brazilian, Mateus Morgado, fastest driver on the racetrack technically. Now let's see him down the front straight away. Nash going to go back on him, though, turn 1 and clear.
Yeah, there's got to be a sense of urgency right now as Turney's pulling away about a half a second last time by. You got to think they're going to want to start to work together a little bit now. If they keep dicing, this is going to be another one of those deals, yeah, where Turney pulls away. Morgado goes back into the second spot again. Nash, I'm sure, getting frustrated. Think about frustration. How about Norberg back there, P4? He's watching Turney jump away on him here. Yeah, here we go. Norberg's trying to get aggressive. Can he try around the outside? No, over-under again. Yeah, he is starting to get a little bit worried. Nate Cicero coming, his teammate as well from P5. This is not where Norberg needs to be.
No, Joe Turney walking away with this one now here with 6 laps to go. This is going to be hard to track him down. I mean, the gap's probably already to a second. Morgado, little mistake there as he gets a hit from Norberg coming out of the corner and goes off the racetrack. But Morgado and Norberg, I don't think either of them were willing to work with Blake Nash there. So even though Morgado kind of, snuck his way into second, he was hoping Blake would push him. Blake didn't want to do that. And now they've got the rest of the pack on him. All that group packed up. The gap 1.4 seconds to Joe Turney.
Yeah, I have a sneaking feeling that Norberg was just getting a little impatient. He watched what Morgado was doing, back over under, like realizing that, listen, man, you can't be doing that and letting Turney pull away. And that's why he got that little tap coming out of turn 11. This is a 2-driver battle right now. They're going to fight for the final position on the podium. Big move to the inside for Dalton Haynes. Wow, that's aggressive. I like that move to the bottom. He has worked his way up. I think, what's that, P5 now? Yeah, he's able to get by Cicero.
Yeah, he was up here in this mix a little bit, then kind of went backwards early on, and he's climbed his way back up into the top 5. Keeble has gotten around Cicero. Now he's going to go low already. 5 to go, and Harley Keeble's like, this is as best as I can get right now. I've got to block. And down to the inside, he takes them all.
Yeah, we're going to battle it out here, guys, for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. That's what we're doing now. Actually, 5th on back because Haynes has been able to roll up the road. This is Turney versus Norberg based on sheer pace right now. The lead for Turney, 1.9 second. All that chaos, all that battling back and forth, all that argy-bargy's allowed Turney to stretch comfortably away to 2 seconds. For Norberg with 5 laps remaining, he is going to have to go essentially 4/10 quicker per lap. This is the battle further back. These guys are hanging it all out here. I just can hear Ryan Norberg's interview after this and how upset he's going to be with the fact that the guys were messing around, letting Turney pull away. It's not a way to win a race for sure. You got to get more aggressive. You got to be able to work together and to try to be aggressive in pursuing.
Heading for home, Joe Turney with 3 corners to go is going to get it around, and Joe Turney will win on Saturday here in Newcastle for round 5.